can't believe it. My question was actually answered tonight, and so I decided to take us all back to where it all started, where I asked my initial question about energy consumption in my bathroom. So, I'm still getting over my excitement, obviously. So thank you, Gravel and Dodd, for both answering my question. That was thrilling for me. Also, thank you, Hillary Clinton, for bringing it back. When things were getting a little muddled up, you actually had people refocus and said that you thought it was a crucial and important issue. Thank you. Oh, and also, well, Andersen Cooper, I have a few things to say to you, but first of all, thank you for asking for the show of hands as to who had taken a private jet to the debates. That was actually one of the more telling moments in the entire evening. I've replayed that section over and over to see how each candidate responded, and it was fascinating. I was actually really surprised tonight. After last night's pre-show, I thought that the spin that CNN was going to give this was going to take away from the entire concept that got me inspired in the first place, which was the whole concept of submitting questions democratically and having real people asking real questions. Well, that really did happen tonight, and that has a lot to do with Andersen Cooper. You know what? I watched you through most of my high school career on Channel 1, and your hair's a lot whiter and grayer now, but you did the most amazing job of getting the candidates to answer the actual question. It was so refreshing to hear you say, is that a yes or is that a no? Was your 30-second monologue that really didn't deal with that question, was that a yes or a no? Excuse me, but did that answer the question? So thank you for doing that, because that, like I said, was refreshing. And it was almost as refreshing as seeing myself on CNN asking the Democratic presidential candidates a question. So during the first hour of the debates, I noticed that all the questions that I'd seen had been asked by men. And naturally, that concerned me a little bit, so I just started keeping a little bit of a tally here on the back of a bookmark from the Tattered Cover Bookstore, which many of you may know and love. Of all the questions asked tonight by YouTubers, 27 were asked by men, and 12 were asked by women. I did double check this. I was right. So that's interesting. I don't know how that reflects to how many of the 3,000 questions were submitted by men versus women. But this kind of folds into the next thing I'm wondering about, and that maybe some of you could help me with. I subscribe to James Katecki, to Davis Fleetwood, and to the Citizen Tube page. I'm pretty new here, so that's what I've got. They're great, but I'd love to hear a woman who's doing political vlogging on YouTube. And so I started looking, and I didn't find anything. And I don't consider myself to be the best at finding stuff like this, so I would love to have your help. If you are that woman, if you know that woman, will you please post a comment or a video response letting me know? Overall, I think the debates were a huge success. I wasn't expecting myself to say this, but my prediction was right. There was no question asked about impeachment. And ultimately, this whole experience has just been so inspiring, I have to say. Not only to see myself on TV and see people answering my question, but to see how remarkably different it was, to see the candidates engaging with such real questions. It just set this very different tone for interaction that I think we're all starving for at this point. So, hooray for my victory this evening. Thank you, Andersen Cooper, for keeping the candidates more on topic than I've ever seen a moderator do before. And please let me know. Where are you women political vloggers? I want to find you. I don't care whether you're a Democrat, Republican, I don't care what your political affiliation is. I want to connect with you. Thanks.